everyone, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we are here and we are learning how to make this bunny boy. So we've made a bunny boy now. So we're learning how to make the overalls, the little hat, and the carrot. Now, if you've never crocheted before, this is kind of advanced, so I would suggest that you go to some of my beginner videos, or you look through some of my other videos, like on how to make the bunny. Will show you how to increase and decrease, because I am going to be moving kind of fast today. As I've said in other videos, I have some hand issues, so until I get that taken care of, I'm having to kind of go a little bit quicker than usual. Yes, so just bear that in mind, and know that I'm not going fast to be mean or anything. So if you need to pause or rewind or do any of that, please feel free to do so. I am on Facebook Live right now, so you can always watch it back later if you're not catching it really quickly, and you can pause and rewind then. I'm also going to download this onto YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and you hear me talking to people, or you see breaks or anything like that, it's because I'm on Facebook Live. So yay! So let's go ahead and get started. First, let me go over the materials. You are going to need a 4.5 millimeter hook. That is what we're using for everything. That is a size G. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, and stuffing for your carrot. You can use any colors you want, but I use this rusty red. I used it in my fox hat, my fox beanie tutorial. We're using that color, and then we're using green to line. Then I'm using this, actually it's a dark yellow. I didn't have any orange, and I didn't want to go buy orange because I really don't need it right now. So I just used some of that I had left, and I used some of that green grass yarn to make the top of my carrot. That I've also posted in other videos. You can find that at Walmart where the thread is. It looks just like this. Looks kind of like grass. So yeah, and this is, then I used this light green, that same light green, to make some little buttons. And then I made a little hanky for the back and aligned it in green back here as well. Now, I am going to put a link on YouTube for how to make this actual bunny. I have several videos on how to make the actual bunny itself, so I'll post that, I'll link that in the description and on the end cards. And then also, if you're on Facebook, you can find, under my videos, you can find all the bunny videos there. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put the carrot right back there. And I'm using a different color, that rusty orange I ran out of, so I'm just using this green. It's just Mainstays green from Walmart. And I'm using that to do the overalls, okay? And the hat. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do a slip knot. And you're going to chain 41. So we're just going to start this out. Six, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. Okay, so we've chained 41, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do a half double crochet all the way back down. We're going to go into the second chain from our hook, so we're not going to go right here. That's where our loop is anyway. So we're going to go right into this second one. And we're going to put a half double crochet, and then you're going to do that all the way down. Half double crochet is where you yarn over, go through your stitch, pull up, and then go through all three. Okay, you're going to do that all the way down for a count of 40, because remember we went into the second chain from the hook, so we lost a chain, so there'll actually be a count of 40. So you're just going to go all the way down. And I know if you've watched my videos, you know how to do this. And as I said, I'm just going to repeat again. If you are a beginner and you're new to these stitches, please look for my beginner tutorials so that you can go over some of this. There's nothing you can't do With practice, you can do anything. So you just go, as I said, you're just going all the way down this chain with half double crochets. Then you're going to chain one, turn your work, and do that again. You're going to do that for 10 rows. Okay? I'm not going to do that on camera because it'd be worthless, but you're just going to end this all the way down here to the very end, right where my fingernail is right here. You will end up with 40 half double crochets. Again, you will chain one, turn your work, and then repeat. And you will need 10 rows in total. So that would count this one as well that you're doing right now. Okay, so I've already got one completed. So I'm going to pull this in, and we're going to pretend like you just finished your 10th row. So if you need to pause now and you're not on live, you can go ahead and do that and finish your 10 rows. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right in just like I would have just finished with my yarn. You won't need to do this because you will already have everything there. Okay, so we've got our 10 rows, and this is what it looks like. And now what we're going to do is we're going to bring these together. So I'm going to, this is what your 10 rows will look like, and I'm going to go right in to this end over here. And I'm going to slip stitch. Okay? And I'm going to pull that tight. That you won't have to do that because that's where I just brought my yarn in. Okay? So now you have just slip stitched to bring this together. Okay? I'm going to try to go down a little bit further. Sorry about that. Okay? So this is what it looks like. You've just brought this together, and this is mainly the top portion of the overalls. So now what we're going to work on is the pant legs. And to do that, the first thing we're going to do, let me pull my pattern over here, is you're going to chain one, and then you're going to work 9 half double crochets right here in the top. And actually, sorry guys, I went on the bottom instead of the top, so all that still pertains, but I'm going up here now. And I'm just bringing this together again because I did it on the wrong side. Because we're all human and we all make mistakes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm just tightening this up. Again, you will not have to do that. Okay. So again, we're going to chain one, and then we're going to do 9 half double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you'll do 9 half double crochets, and then you're going to do 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. Then you're going to do 9 half double crochets again. Okay, sorry guys, I was reading my pattern wrong. And you're going to go backtrack to where you first started. I'm so sorry about that. We're going to do a row of half double crochets first before we do our increases, and I'm just really sorry about that. But you still chain one and you do a half double crochet all the way around. So that's all you're doing, and it should still be 40. You're just doing a half double crochet all the way around. Sorry about that confusion. I hope I haven't messed anybody up. But yeah, you're just, once you join them, you do need to do a row of half double crochets before we start increases. I'm trying to get these scragglies out of my way. You won't have to be dealing with that, but okay, so you're on your last one there, and you're going to see where you chained one, which is right here, and then where you actually did the half double crochet. You want to go into where you did the actual half double crochet and slip stitch. Okay, now if it'll help you at this point to use a stitch marker, you can. I'm going to go ahead and grab one just so we don't get messed up at all. Okay, so I'm going to put a stitch marker right there so I'll know where we start and end. Okay, now we're ready to do our increases. We did our one round of half double crochet and we slip stitched to end the row. And now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to count over 20, okay? So now we're going to make our actual pants. We're going to separate them. So I chained 3, and now I'm going to count 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? So I'm going to go right through there, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay? And that breaks our pants right in half to where we need them to be, because remember we had a count of 40. Okay? So we're going to work this way around first. Okay, so we're going to work to our left. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do what I was trying to do earlier. We're going to chain 1. We're going to take this out. We don't really need this right now. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. So we're chained 1, and now we're going to do 9 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then in this 10th one, we're going to put 2 half double crochets. and then we're going to do 9 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so we did our 9 half double crochets, and now we're at this space here that we did. So now we're going to work 3 half double crochets in this chain of 3. We're going to try to work in each space. They are kind of hard to find, so just go in however you can. They don't have to be perfect. Try to go through both loops, but as I said, it's going to be kind of difficult. So just do the best you can, but you need 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Right there, okay? So that's what it looks like. And now we are going to put in our stitch marker, okay? Because now we're going to start working rows. So what you would do is you would put your stitch marker here, and then you would continue going around for 5 rows of half double crochet. So you would go into your next available stitch, you would do a half double crochet, and you would just keep doing that all the way around till you get to your stitch marker. Then you would remove your stitch marker, and then you would keep going, okay? So this would count as our first row of the 5 that we need to complete this one pant leg, okay? So I'm just showing you how to do this one, because I know that you can keep doing these half double crochets on your own, okay? Okay, so you would just keep going round and round until you reach 5 half double crochets. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I know that you can finish that, and we're going to move on to the other side of the pant leg. So if you need to pause right now, go ahead and do that unless you're on live, and then you can just pause and rewind later. Okay, so we're just going to keep that right there and leave that alone. We're going to pull our stitch marker out of here, and now we're going to go over to the other pant leg. So we're going to assume that you've already finished this, and we're going to start right over here. Now to start over here, you have at the end of that you would have already cut off your yarn after those 5 half double crochets. So now you will bring in new yarn for this side. Okay, so what you would do is you would come right in over here, but we're going to turn it this way, okay? So you're going to turn it where this side is facing you, and you're going to go right into your first available stitch here, and you're going to chain 1, and you're going to repeat exactly what you did on the other side. You're going to do, but in the same place that you just chained 1, you're going to do a half double crochet, and then you're going to do 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and counting that first one would count 9. Okay, so then you're going to go into your next available stitch and you're going to do 2 half double crochets. Okay, and then just like you did on the other side, you're going to do 9 half double crochets after you do your increase. Okay, so on this side, what you're going to do is you're going to go right to this first half double crochet that you did when you started this for this pant leg. You're going to go right to the first one and you're going to slip stitch, not in the chain one, but in the actual half double crochet. Okay, and so then you would place your stitch marker here. Well, you can chain one first. That'll make it easier. Then put your stitch marker right there where you chained one. And then just like you did for the other side, you're going to do 5 rows of half double crochets. So you would just start doing your half double crochets. You would go all the way around to your stitch marker. I'm just going to do one row real quick here. I would like for you, even though I am kind of going through this quickly, I would like for you to kind of get the gist of what they're going to look like. But yes, you would just do 5 rows of half double crochets. You're just repeating what you did on the other side. Okay? Okay, so you've gotten where your stitch marker is. You're going to pull that out and you're going to go right in there where you were for a half double crochet. Put your stitch marker back in. I think I was having a low connection, I'm sorry. Put your stitch marker back in and then just keep going round and round for 4 more rounds of half double crochet. Okay, now when you do that, this is what they look like, and then of course once you do the rest of those half double crochets they will be more pronounced there, but there will be a little bit of a gap here, and that's okay. All I want you to do is take your darning needle, put some of this green yarn or whatever color yarn you're using, and just sew that up, and that'll be just fine. Okay, so that's what they look like, and then in the back I'll show you later after we get done doing some of the other things. I'll show you how you put them on and how you sew them up. Okay, but this back is left open for now. Okay, so just leave that be until you put it on your actual bunny. Okay, so that's all you need to do for that. So they're pretty easy, I think. And if you have any questions, and I usually say this at the end of my video, but I'm going to say it now. If you have any questions whatsoever or you're confused at all, please let me know and I'll be glad to help in any way that I can. But right now what we're going to move on to is we're going to move on to the hat. Okay, so what I want you to do is you can either do a magic circle with 6 single crochets in it if you're comfortable with that, or you can do the 2 and 6, which is where you chain 2 and then you do 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. Okay, and then you would just tighten that up just like you would do your magic circle. Okay, just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do 2 in each of the 6 around. So I'm going to find where I need to go into. I know just because I do this all the time that I need to go right here, but it almost looks like I need to go where this little bunch is going up, but I know that I need to go here. So if I count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I know that's where I need to go in. And that's why it's important to count sometimes with these. Okay, so I'm going to go right into here. Now I'm going to put 2 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do 2 all the way around. 5, 6, for a count of 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that a little bit tighter, but that's our 12. At this point you can put your stitch marker in, unless you're comfortable with counting, and then you don't need one at all. Okay, so now we're going to do 12 single crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and right where our stitch marker was will be our 12th. We'll pull that out, put our single crochet here, and then you can put your stitch marker back. Now you're going to start increasing, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your next stitch and you're going to put 1 single crochet. Then you're going to go into your next and put 2 single crochets. Then you're going to go into your next and put 1 single crochet. Then you're going to go into your next and put 2 single crochets. At the end of this round, you should have 18. So 1 and 2 all the way around. Now, you're going to do 2 and 2. So this means that you will go into your next 2 stitches and put 1 single crochet, 1, and go into the next and another single crochet. And in the third one, you're going to put 2 single crochets. And into the next, 1 single crochet, into the next, 1 single crochet, into the next 2 single crochets. And you're going to keep doing that all the way around for a stitch count of 24. Okay, so I pulled out my stitch marker. That's where I put my last increase of 2 single crochets, and then I'm going to put my stitch marker right back. Okay, now this is where I'm going to stop and make this hat much smaller than what you actually need it to be. Okay, we just ended on 2 and 2, so we single crocheted in 2, and then we did an increase of 2 in the third one. What I want you to do is increase up to 4. So I want you to pause the video and increase up to 4. That means that you will single crochet in your next round and the next 3, and then do 2. And then after that, you will do in the next 4 and then do 2. And you're going to do that all the way around. Now, if you're familiar with my videos and you know how to increase, then you will know how to do this. If for some reason you don't know how to do increases and you're unfamiliar with this, please, like I said before, look at my beginner video or look at my rabbit video, and that will teach you how to increase and decrease, okay? But I want you to pause the video and go all the way up to 4, and then I want you to come back. Okay, so let's say you've already done that and you've gotten up to your 4 increases. So you've gotten up to 4 and 2. Okay, so let me see here. You should have 36 around at this point. Okay, and now what I want you to do is 3 rounds of single crochet. So I'm going to do that together. Of course, yours is going to be much bigger at this point, but you'll have a count of 36 now. Okay, but we're going to do 3 rounds of single crochets together. So you're just going to go all the way around till you get to your stitch marker with single crochets. And I hope everyone's having a fabulous Friday. I don't have any viewers on here because everyone has got better things to do on a Friday than watch me crochet. But anyway. So this little hat almost came out like a little fedora. And I didn't even mean it to, and it just kind of did, so turned out kind of cool. So there's 1 round. Of single crochet. Now we're going to do another. Now while you're doing this, you're going to notice that your hat is a little bit pointy, but when you get done with it, I'm going to show you how I got this look right here. Real easy to do. All you're going to do is push down on that point, okay? So now I'm going to put my stitch marker back, and we have 1 more row of single crochets to do before we start working on the edge, or the bill, I guess you would call it, of our hat. And remember, at this point, yours is going to be much bigger because I did not increase as much as you will. Hi, Rita. How are you doing? Thank you so much. This was actually Rita's idea to do this overalls for the bunny. So I thank you so much, Rita, and I've just had a great time coming up with a pattern for this. It's been a lot of fun. Okay, so now you finished those 3 rounds of single crochet. Remember, yours is bigger at this point because you increased yours all the way up to 4. You did 4 single crochets and 2, 4 and 2. So yours is much bigger, but we've done our 3 rounds of single crochet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our stitch marker back, and we're going to start working on the end of our bunny. That's the portion that you see that flips up, okay? And when you're doing this, you only want to work through, and this is very important, the front, okay? You only want to work through the front loop right here. You don't want to work back here in these, and you don't want to go through both. This is going to cause your bill of your hat to flip up, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into our first one, working only through the front loop, okay? Then in the next one, we're going to do a half double crochet, working through only the front loop. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets, working in the front loop of the next 10 stitches. So there's 1 double crochet, and there's 2 double crochets, all in one, working only through the front loop. And then we're going to go to the next and do 2 double crochets. And in the next, 2 double crochets. Okay, so technically we need 20, so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to count 20. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 and 8, 9 and 10. 11 and 12, 13 and 14, 15, oh, and see there I went through both. I really need to make sure I go through this front loop. 15 and 16, front loop of the next, 17 and 18, and 19 and 20. Okay, so that's all of our double crochets that we need. So then again, working only in the front loop, we're going to do a half double crochet, and as you can see, it's already turning up. Okay, we're going to do a half double crochet, and then the next one we're going to do a slip stitch, working only through the front loop. And then to close this, you're going to go through both loops, do a slip stitch, and then cut off, and make sure that you leave enough yarn to sew this on to the top of your bunny. Okay, so then you would pull that through, and then it almost looks like a little bit of a witch's hat, but what yours is going to be much bigger. And so what you're going to do is you're going to press this in, okay, and then you'll have a little hat there with that pressed in, and that will not come back up. It will stay back where it needs to go, okay? But as you can see, that one is much bigger because you will have, you did more increases than I did, okay? But that's what it looks like. Just like that. And yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you press this in, or it really just changes the entire look for it. Okay, but it does look better when it's a little bit bigger. And then you can turn this and twist this any way you want. I placed it on the rabbit's head sideways, so that made a difference. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, because I need to wrap this up soon, is I'm just going to tell you how I made the breast piece right here. And all I did was I I chained 15, and then I did 5 rows of half double crochets, and that's all I did for that. Very simple. Chain 15 and 5 rows of half double crochets, and then I took my darning needle and then I just went around the edges with that different color yarn. Okay, so you would just go in and out, in and out, in and out, all the way around. All right, and then what I did for the back pocket, if you can see that, the back pocket, hold on, I'm looking in my, I chained 9 and I did 5 rows of half double crochet, and then again I went around it with a different color yarn, and then I sewed it on. Now to make the little hanky in the back, that's up to you if you want to do that or not. I just put a little hanky in his back there. I chained 9 and did 2 rows of half double crochet. Okay, now I'm gonna have to get off for now, but I am gonna come back with another video on how to show you how to do this lovely carrot that goes with this. Oh, and the buttons, let me just quickly show you how to do the buttons. You will be using a different color yarn. So let's say you got your different color yarn. All you would do is you would do a slip knot, you would chain 2, and then in this second chain from the hook you would do 6 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, Connor, you were crazy, 6, okay? And so then you would pull to close, and then you would slip stitch into the first one right here, okay, just like that, and then you would leave enough space to sew on. You would pull through, and there's your button, just like that, and then you would sew it on just like I sewed those on right there. And let's see, Rita's saying, can you please do a video on the way to join the end of the hat or any circle so it looks straight and good? You mean like I just did, joining the circle? I'm not sure what you mean, but I'm going to message you and I'll find out exactly what you mean, and I'll be glad to help with that. But I am going to come back for another video probably tomorrow, definitely tomorrow, not probably, definitely tomorrow, to show you how to do this carrot so that we can finish up this whole overall thing. So I hope you enjoyed this. Rita, I'll message you. And thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notify me button on YouTube and on Facebook so that you can know when my videos are coming out. And happy crocheting, guys. Bye-bye.